بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. سوره مبارکه اعلی. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the fact that He is aware of the people who are in Jahr and also hide the truth. And today we are gathered here to commemorate the Shahadat of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Hazrat Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali al-Abi Talib, and the greatest man in the history and greatest man in the history of Islam. Somebody was talking to me today and it said that Sunni brothers might have ahya and stay up nights and pray, but the point is that they are in Jahr and they don't know that and do not observe the truth. So the fact that you have certain amal and you do certain ta'at, as jumla, you read Quran, doesn't necessarily guarantee that you are presenting the truth. Today, we are fighting a lot of misconceptions, a lot of uh, fakes, and a lot of fake ayat. Sometimes people like Abu Jahl, they spend whole life to conceive and spread the untruth, especially about Ahlul Bayt. And this is one of the things that say in at the time of end of the time, at the time that Imam Mahdi will show up, there is a lot of stuff that has been covered and is presented as truth when they are not. So one of the problems that we have as we get closer to end of time is to distinguish between the truth and non-truth. And in a lot of ways, um, especially like Molana was saying on his member last night, we have to follow the truth and spread the word of wisdom, spread the truth about the Imam Zamanana, and inshallah be able to defend him and protect him from the fatan of Zaman. So, what in these days, I feel like as much as we can read Quran and also read and follow that Aymayatar, we still haven't done enough. We still haven't done our duty. But we can hope that uh, with the amal and with presenting the truth, we can get closer to Imam Zaman, inshallah. In behalf of myself, Board of Trustee, and you, brothers and sisters, the Mu'mineen, I'd like to offer sincerely my condolences to Imam Zaman, Imam Asr, Ajallallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, and hope that he will help us to seek the truth and follow the truth. صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
By Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad wa ajil farajah. For the love of the Holy Prophet and his holy family, please recite the second salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad wa ajil farajah. For the reappearance of our awaited Savior, please recite the third salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. The Marsiya that I'm going to recite tonight, this Marsiya depicts the last 3 days of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam's life. This is the time when Imam is in pain, and the Marsiya starts with describing some of the qualities of Imam Ali alayhi salam and the events that took place when he was struck by Ibn Muljim Lanatullah alayh. And it is the companions of Imam Ali alayhi salam capture Ibn Muljim and he is brought in front of Amir al-Mu'mineen. And when he is brought, Imam sees that the ropes that are binding the assassin, the criminal, are have been held very tight. So the Imam could not even tolerate that. And he says, loosen his ropes, remove them. And this is the same Kufa when the daughters of the Holy Prophet are brought in as prisoners and their hands are tied 20 years later. ایما کی جان کیا ہے محبت علی کی ہے راحت جو خبر کی ہے وہ الفت علی کی ہے سائل بکف ہے سب وہ سخاوت علی کی ہے قاتل کو دیا ماں وہ مروت علی کی ہے عادل ہو پیشوا ہو مدار المحام ہو گر ہو نبی کے بعد تو ایسا امام ہو گر ہو نبی کے بعد تو ایسا امام ہو صدقے غلام تیری مصیبت کے یا علی اے جانشی جناب رسالت کے یا علی قربان لہو بھری تیری صورت کے یا علی ایام ہے یہ تیری شہادت کے یا علی یہ ظلم بے جہت یہ ستم بے سبب ہوا تلوار تیرے سر پر لگی کیا غضب ہوا تلوار تیرے سر پر لگی کیا غضب ہوا 19ویں سے آپ کا ماتم ہے یا علی خون ہو گئے دلوں کا یہ عالم ہے یا علی دفتر جہاں کا در ہمو برہم ہے یا علی ماہ سیام ماہ محرم ہے یا علی مولا کی نظر کو گوہر اشک لائے ہیں یہ روزے دار آپ کے پرسے کو آئے ہیں یہ روزے دار آپ کے پرسے کو آئے ہیں گھر میں خدا کے قتل ہوا روزے دار ہے امام ہائے شہ ذوالفقار ہائے اے خانہ زاد حق شہ طاعت گزار ہے مولد حرم میں ہے تو نجف میں مزار ہے یہ بندگی نثار جناب امیر کے نکلے تو گھر سے مر کے خدائے خدیر کے نکلے تو گھر سے مر کے خدائے خدیر کے لایا تھا زہر میں وہ جفا جو بجھا کے تیغ مولا گرے زمیں پہ سجدے میں کھا کے تیغ گل پڑ گیا کہ سر پا لگی مرتضیٰ کے تیغ کھائی خدا کے شیر نے گھر میں خدا کے تیغ گہرا ہے زخم فرق امام حجاز پر سر سے ٹپک رہا ہے لہو جانماز پر سر سے ٹپک رہا ہے لہو جانماز پر شیر خدا جو ہاتھوں سے تھامے تھے اپنا سر خون دونوں کوہنیوں سے ٹپکتا تھا خاک پر بھاگا جو ابن ملجم میں ملون و بدسیر پکڑا اسے علی کے محبوں نے دوڑ کر لائے جو ہاتھ باندھ کے مولا کے سامنے قاتل پہ مسکرا کے نظر کی امام نے قاتل پہ مسکرا کے نظر کی امام نے فرمایا میں نے کون سی کی تھی تیری خطا، پاداش نیکیوں کی یہی ہے جہاں میں، کیا میں برا امام تھا، اے بانی جفا، رویا جو سر جھکا کے تو مولا نے یہ کہا، اس درد میں بھی سب کے مرض کی دوا ہے ہم، باندھو نہ اس کے ہاتھ کے مشکل کشا ہے ہم، باندھو نہ اس کے ہاتھ کے مشکل کشا ہے ہم۔ دونوں شب علی کو تڑپتی ہوئی بسر، لیتے تھے اس طرف کبھی کروٹ کبھی ادھر، رو کر دباتے پاؤں جو شبیر نامور، رہ جاتے تھے امام دو عالم ہلا کے سر، رودات تھی نظر میں مجسم حسین کی، آواز سن کے روتے تھے زینب کے بہن کی، آواز سن کے روتے تھے زینب کے بہن کی، جب 20ویں کا دن بھی تڑپ کر ہوا تمام، ام البنی سے چونک کے کہنے لگے امام، 2 دن سے آہ سب میرے بچے ہیں بیتام، فاقے میں ان پر گزرے گی کیا آج کی بھی شام، اچھا ہوں اب تو میں یہ ابس بے قرار ہیں، کھانا انہیں کھلا دو کہ سب روزے دار ہیں، کھانا انہیں کھلا دو کہ سب روزے دار ہیں، بولے حسین باپ سے ہاتھوں کو جوڑ کر، سب کھائیں پھر جو آپ تناول کرے اگر، فرمایا رزق اٹھ گیا مجبور ہے پدر، پانی بھی اب گلے سے اترتا نہیں پسر، دعوت علی کی آج ہے گھر میں الہ کے، روزہ کھلے گا 7 رسالت پناہ کے، روزہ کھلے گا 7 رسالت پناہ کے، چپ ہو گئے یہ کہہ کے شہنشاہ کائنات، سمجھے یہ سب کے غش میں ہے شاہ نکو صفات، جس وقت باقی رہ گئی کچھ کم گھڑی وہ رات، تیغے اجل نے خطا کیا رشتہ حیات، تڑکا تھا نور کا کے سفر کر گئے علی، سب شیعہ بے امام ہوئے مر گئے علی، سب شیعہ بے امام ہوئے مر گئے علی، صلوات اللہم صلی थोड़ा ऊपर कर दें इसको, डंडे को ऊपर कर दें। सही है। जोर से टाइट कर दें इसको, थोड़ा जोर से टाइट कर, चूँकि आहिस्ता से स्लो हो जाता है, इसको जोर से टाइट कर दें उसको। ऐसा ना, काफ़ी है, यहाँ से भी थोड़ा टाइट कर दें, फिर नीचे नहीं जाता है ये। थैंक यू।
محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، سيما مولانا بقية الله في الأرضين، روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفداء. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل
اللهم صل
محمد.
على محمد وآل محمد.
We were discussing about the hadith of Imam Jafar Sadiq Salamullah alayhi, when he discussed lots of issues about the moment's track or life, or the living style of a moment. How should we live? We should always remember that the sayings of Masumin and Ahlul Bayt and Rasulullah and Quran itself, there are levels in it. As per hadith from Imam Jafar Sadiq, where he says Quran has 4 levels. The first level is for just common people; they just care about the words. The second level is about the thinkers. The third level, those who go much deeper, and the fourth level of Quran is for Ma'asumin alayhi salatu wassalam. It's very hard to reach there. Only Ma'asumin can dive on that in that depth. It's a very beautiful, amazing hadith. Very beautiful hadith. I have the text here, but just wanted to summarize it in a couple of sentences. So there's a 4 levels of Quran. Who can benefit from Quran? Quran itself says, Alladhina, those who do tadabbur in Quran, tafakkur in Quran, ta'aqqul in Quran, tafaqquh in Quran. They're not similar. Every word has a different meaning. Tadabbur means when you go a little deeper. Tafakkur, when you start thinking on it, on every, you, you, you engage your thought process with the ayat of Quran. And then the next part is ta'aqqul. And it's a beautiful meaning in aql, basically. Let me explain it a little bit for you. Aql, aql, we think is a power or energy which takes us or moves us towards forward. This is aql. That's how we translate it in English, intelligence, aql. But this is not aql, basically. Aql is something else. Have you ever heard that Arab people, when they wear a white scarf on the head, like Saudis, Kuwaitis, these people, Bahrainis, the white cloth on their head, and there's a black robe on the top. They call it iqal. Iqal. The robe holds their scarf on their head. When there's a wind going on, that black robe holds their scarf. That is iqal. Where when an Arab guy ties up his camel's leg to something, that rope is called iqal or aql. So the true meaning of aql is stop and think, stop and try to understand, stop and contemplate. This is the meaning of aql. Aql is not the energy which is what the energy is taking us to a forward. The engine or the calculation system here in the mind, that is not aql. That is your hawa. That is your desire. And desire is a good thing. Desire is not a bad thing. Until this desire stays or remains in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I have desire to help someone, this desire is good. When a child come to this world, the first desire this baby is going to have is
He or she wants to have milk from mother. That's the very first desire this child has. So desire is good. If there's a no desire, we will all become hopeless because I have no hope for tomorrow. I have no desire for living. No, I have desires. I want to live tomorrow. I want to see my family. I want to go to do some job. I want to go some business. I want to have some taste in life. Desire is good until unless it goes into the wrong path. When desire goes in the wrong path, it's just like a gun. If you have this gun in hand of a moment, he's going to use this gun for saving you. If you give this gun to a crazy man, he's going to kill innocent people. Very simple. So gun itself is not bad. Knife itself is not bad. Who is using the knife? That's the topic. That have to discuss. Who can have this knife? If a small child, small baby, 2 year, 3 year old, you never hand over a blade to him, to the child. You say, no, 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 Baba, this is very dangerous. All you do, you can give a like a fruit knife to him. Okay, or the food knife. Okay, have this. Because it's not sharp. But then blade, you never hand it over to him. Gun, you're not going to give it to a crazy person. Knife, same thing here. Akhl is same thing. Desire is same thing. Desire means I want this, I want that. I have charm in taking forward my life. That desire is good, but when we become slave of the desire, then problem starts. Until the day a time I decide where is going to be my desire, I'll control my desire. I have to eat in this level. More than this is going to cause me blood sugar, going to cause me high blood pressure, is going to cause me lots of stomach problems. Then I don't want to. Sleeping is good. You have desire in sleep. But some people looks like they came to this world just to sleep. Some people came to this world just to play. No, play is good, but play should not run you. Your desires should not run you. You have to control your desires. This desire is positive and this desire is good. This desire is definitely good. Aql is not desire. Aql means something controls you. Aql is a. I mean, if I talk in a like in a very simple language, aql is a brake. That's it. Aql is a brake. Aql is not desire. In English, in Urdu, in Farsi, when we translate aql, we use aql as a device of desire, pursuing your desires. He's very aqlmand. He know how to fix things. He know how to run the shop. He knows how to run a business. He knows how to fly a plane, aircraft. No, it's not aql. It's not aql. Aql means break. Be man of aql means what? Use your break. Don't say that anything. Don't act anything. Don't look at anything. Don't listen. For every single thing, use your brake. It is just like you're driving a car in somewhere in Lebanon or in Iran or India, Pakistan. In America, you don't drive, your foot is like on the gas, that's it, and you're driving on the highway. But when you're driving in the Middle East somewhere, you can't drive like America. Because there's somebody maybe come from right in front of you, or not from in front of you, maybe someone comes from the sky. Nobody knows. You have to be very careful. So your foot almost is like on gas and brake altogether. Using the brake is aql. When Islam says be the man of aql or ta'aqqul means stop, think, stop, think, stop, think, and then move. So two different meanings. In public or in general, that's how we translated aql. It's a power of kind of desires. That person is so smart. Smart means he can do anything. He can write anything. He can speak anything. He's just like Superman. Very akalman. No, this is not. Akalman means in the language of Ahlul Bayt, the person is too much muhtat. Before doing any action, he stops and thinks. Stops and thinks. When you stop and think, am I going to eat it? Am I going to talk to him? I'm going to see him. I'm going to touch it. I'm going to sleep now. Am I going to? Think. For every single actions we have to think, and that is aql. So now you got the point basically. What is the difference between aql and desire? What we call in Urdu, Farsi, English as a aql, basically that is not aql. That's a pursuance of your desires. The power which takes you, moves you forward. That's a different thing. Islam thinks, says, think, be the man of the aql. Ta'aqqul means stop on every single ayah in Quran and think in it. There are levels in Ma'ani. There are levels in Ma'ani Quran. If I can find this hadith, I made a note yesterday, but I don't know. Can I find it? I'm just Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
No, I couldn't find that hadith, but I can give it if you want later on, maybe sometime. This Quran says, Imam Sadiq says, Quran has four levels, and that is very important. We always have to pay attention on it. A level first, the very sathi, common, general level, is only words of Quran. The people they only care about just the word of the Quran, not more than that. They never go deep. But there are alamat in Quran. But there are alamat in Quran. Alamat means they can go a little deeper. If you think, you can go a little deeper meaning. And then more alamat, more signs, and then truth. Truth was only for masumin. So we have to. So at least we should go from the first level to the second level, little deeper. Or if we can go a little more, that's better. We can go a little more deeper, third level. And then if you want to go fourth level, then you have to reach very high level of the marifa and irfan and whatever you call it. That's a totally different thing. But we can go to that level. There's a not impossible thing. It's doable. There are people, there are awliya, they have gone through to those meaning and they've hunt a lot of alamat. But you have to go with the help of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salam. Without their help, it's not going to be possible for all of us. It is tough. It is tough. Quran says, do tadabbur, do ta'aqqul, think in Quran in detail. Stop on every single ayah and think on it. I found another hadith, not that one. And this hadith is from Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, where he says,
محمد وآل محمد.
who recite Quran basically? We all recite Quran. Is that considered reciting Quran or no? الذين آتيناهم الكتاب يتلونه حق تلاوته. This is the ayah. Ayah says, I have given this book to the people. الذين آتيناهم الكتاب. They have received this book from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they recite this Quran حق تلاوته, as it's supposed to be read. As it's supposed or should be read. What it deserves. Your love to people is something else compared to your love to your parents, to mother, father. Your friends, you love them, but you love your parents as well. No, that's something else. They deserve some other kind of love. You read lots of books, but when you read Quran, Quran deserves much more attention of you. Someone asked Imam Sadiq Salamullah alayhi, how do you tafsir of this ayah? Imam explained few nukat, few points, very beautiful. يرتلون آياته ويتفقهون ويتفهمون معانيه. Awliya, when they recite Quran, يرتلونه. Tartil, not very fast, or not tahdir, not very slow. Simple. الذين آتيناهم كتاب, like this. الذين آتيناهم الكتاب يتلونه حق تلاوته. Not so fast, not very low, in a medium, and keep thinking on it. When you're reciting very fast, you can't think on it. You just want to pass the words. There's no benefit at all. Sawab is there. There's a little bit sawab. There's sawab. But when you understand, Imam Sadiq said, read slowly. وَيَتَفَهَّمُونَ مَعَانِيهِ. And then they try to hunt the meaning of the words. What Quran is saying here in this word? What is the link? وَيَعْلَمُونَ بِأَحْكَامِهِ. Or يُعَلِّمُونَ. and they learn ahkam of Quran. I discussed yesterday a little bit for you. When reading is Quran, we have to have a book, a notebook, and while you're reading Quran, make a to list: do's of Quran and don'ts of Quran. Do's of Quran, don'ts. Always keep writing. Quran says do this, do this, do this, and this Quran said don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. So by the 6 month, 2 month, 4 month, when you finish a Quran, you have two complete lists: do's of Quran and don'ts of Quran. This is a thing. We have to learn ahkam of Quran. And then Imam said, وَيَرْجُونَ وَعْدَهُ وَيَخْشَوْنَ عَذَابَهُ. Mu'mineen, it was habit of Rasulullah and Ahlul Bayt when they used to recite Quran, when they used to come to ayat of Jannah, they used to say, Oh Allah, give us your blessings, grant us your blessings. Stop there and do dua and move forward. When you reach to the ayat of adhab, say, Oh Allah, please protect me, keep me in your shelter. Answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Keep talking to Allah. Correct way of reciting Quran is keep talking to Allah. When He says, "I will give you this and that," say, "Oh Allah, yes, I'm interested in it. I'm following you. I'm with you." Do some dua right there. Ask something. Okay, yes, oh Allah, I want to be with you. I want to be among your blessed ones. When Quran talks about the adhab, mashakil, say, "Oh Allah, please protect me. I have no shelter. I want to be in your shelter." Answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Keep talking to Quran. And then Imam said, وَيَتَمَثَّلُونَ قِصَصَهُ وَيَتَعْبِرُونَ أَمْثَالَهُ. There's a stories and there's a mathal, proverbs, and the stories. What they do, Mu'minin, they bring the mithal of Quran, they generate and they copy from Quran into their lives. Tamathul means they bring this story in their lives. How Janab Isa lived, how Rasulullah lived, how Janab Adam lived. Quran said, be like that, be like that, be like that. So when we are going to make a home, my shed, my pillars, my walls, my windows is all going to be ayat of Quran. I have to bring this Quran in our life practically. And then Quran says, وَيَتَعْبِرُونَ أَمْثَالَهُ. Pay attention to the amthal of Quran, mathal Quran. I give you a few examples. There's a mathal of Qurani. إن الذين كذبوا بآياتنا واستكبروا عنها لا تفتح لهم أبواب السماء. Those who denied ayat of Quran and because of their takabbur, they did, oh, I'm better than Quran. I have heard this, my brothers and sisters, I have heard this. Sometimes I said to people, this is against the ayat of Quran. They said, yes, I know, Quran is like 1400 years old. This is science. Subhanallah, this is science. I mean, there's a lot of discussion I don't want to enter in because there's no time. I have heard this many times here. Yeah, I know that Imam Sadiq said that. I know Rasulullah said that. But this is Yale, this is John Hopkins, this is Chicago, this is Harvard. So then what? Are they equal to Imam Sadiq alayhi salam? They can't be even the dust of from the shoes of Imam Jafar Sadiq like that. No, impossible. No. إن الذين كذبوا بآياتنا واستكبروا عنها لا تفتح لهم. Allah will not open the doors of sky for them. Those who say no, I mean, sometimes people don't say that with the words, but if you see their actions, I know that. I know that. Yeah, I know that. Sheikh, you're talking good, but I'm graduated from masters. I'm PhD, so keep it with you. Sometimes you see like that. Allah will never open the doors of the sky for them. That arsh is not going to open for them, even though I don't want to say the word Laylatul Qadr, but these kind of people, no. لا تفتح عنهم لهم أبواب السماء ولا يدخلون الجنة. Ascend, they will never enter in Jannah. حتى يلج الجمل في سم الخياط. And beautiful example. Unless a camel passed through the eye of needle. If a camel can pass through eye of a needle, then they can enter. That is not going to happen. Allah says this is not going to happen. So now we can understand that very well. Oh, people of the Takabbur, they say, no, I know better than Quran. My knowledge is better. I'm scientist. I'm PhD. I'm masters. I have experiences and that. I know Imam Sadiq told this, but he's for his time. No, Quran is for all the time. Sayings of Rasulullah is all for all the times. Sayings of Ahlul Bayt is for all the times. But this man cannot go to Jannah unless a camel passed through that needle. It's not going to happen. This is a Mathal Qurani. We have to think. Imam Sadiq said in this hadith, who are those people? يَعْتَبِرُونَ أَمْثَالَهُ. يَعْتَبِرُونَ means you learn your lesson from the Amthal Quran, from the message of Quran. You learn your lesson. So when I recite this ayah, when I read this ayah, I learn my lesson. If I deny Quranic values and Quranic science and um, teachings of Rasulullah and lessons and wisdoms of Ahlul Bayt, I'm not going to, Allah is not going to open the doors of His sky on me. Simple thing. Next ayah, misal. مثل الذين حملوا التوراة ثم يحملوها كمثل الحمار يحمل أسفارا. If you look at the Jews, they carried Torah all the time with them. But they never followed Torah in their lives. Subhanallah. This qawm is ajib. They never. They saw all those mu'jizat Allah did for them. Tons of mu'jizat. One of them, Allah split the river for them. As soon as they crossed the river, they arrived to the Misr in a town and they saw people are worshipping cow. They said, "Oh Musa, please, can you make us a God for us?" Subhanallah. Yesterday you saw the mu'jiza of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ajib. I said, Wallahi al-ajib. You have been with Musa, you saw all those mu'jizat just yesterday. And you crossed the river. And you're asking Jana Musa, "Oh Musa, can you make for us a temple? We want some cow, we want to worship some cow." They have lots of gods, but we want just one. We don't want too much. That's how they mix up haqq and batil. They were the nation of Janab Musa. Don't eat riba, don't eat interest. But they never did that. When they were leaving Misr, these people, when they were leaving Misr, at the end, Janab Musa had power on them. Qibtiin, the Fir'aunian, they had fear of this Qibtiin. So when they were leaving with Musa towards the Nile River, they went to the people and they said, we are just going to travel. Can we borrow some golds from you? And that's how they borrowed lots of gold and they stole it. And they came, they brought it with Musa salamullah alayhi. And with that gold, they made the ajl, the cow, subhanallah. And what kind of these people are? Quran says, مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ حُمِّلُوا التَّوْرَاةَ ثُمَّ لَمْ يَحْمِلُوهَا. They have Torah with them, but they never took Torah in their hearts. Torah was in their hand, just as we have Quran in our hand. It is something else. Unless this Quran goes to in our heart, the teachings, the essence, the spirit of Quran should be alive in our hearts. When we see world with the eyes of Quran, when we love others with the love of Quran, when we hate others with the guidance of Quran, if I manage every single actions of my life according to Quranic science, otherwise we can be like that. Quran says, كَمَثَلِ الْحِمَارِ يَحْمِلُ أَسْفَارًا. They're just like donkeys. If you put 1,000 book on donkey, and can you call the donkey Hazrat Ayatollah donkey? No, you cannot. This donkey has like 500 books on it, but it's not Ayatollah. Can you call Ayatollah Google? No. It's all physical data there. That's it. What is the article in AI? The new issues in the world going on. Can we call Ayatollah AI? No. There's no sense of thought, thinking process. It is just data. It goes search in the data and give you appropriate answer. That's it. There's a lot of mistakes are happening too. But thinking is something else. That's the khasisa of insan, the speciality of human being, and Quran wants this from us. Think, stop. Ta'aqqul means stop, use your break. Stop and think and then move. Then make decisions. Stop, think, then make a decision. Stop, think, then make a decision. This is called aql. And the next misal from Quran, we have to learn from Quranic misal. This is the hadith from Imam Jafar Sadiq. And the next misal, al-baladu al-tayyib yakhruju nabatuhu bi-idhni rabbihi alladhi khabutha la yakhruju illa nakada. Bad trees are not going to give you good fruits. Very simple thing. If you do bad, if I am bad, if I'm bringing haram food in my family, how can I expect my son is going to become a mu'min after 30 years? What Sayyid Shuhada said in the Yawm Ashura? When he started speaking, giving lecture to the army of Yazid, they were never listening to Imam Sayyid al-Shuhada. Then Imam said, your butun, your stomachs are full of haram. That's why you cannot think me. You cannot listen me. You can follow me. And this is a direct effect. We have a hadith from Imam Jafar Sadiq where he says, haram rizq will have effect in the children. So you might ask from Imam, oh Imam, then what is my problem? Is dad gave me some haram food? Why I'm going to be punished? You will be punished unless you separate your account from your father's account. You said, no, what my father did, that was wrong. And then you are on your own. Otherwise, you're going to be in effect of that haram food. It will have effect on you. This is another misal of Quran. Just one more misal. ضرب الله مثلا للذين كفروا امرأة نوح وامرأة لوط. And Allah gives example of the wife of Janab Lut and wife of Janab Nuh. They lived with Anbiya. How many times? Long years. Ja'ida bint Ash'as, wife of Imam Hassan Mujtaba Salamullah alayhi, she lived with the Imam. How many years? So touching someone will not make you a mu'min. If I go to Mashhad, if I go to Karbala, if I go to Najaf, I hug Zari, I kiss Zari, I do sajda shukr there, I'm here, right? Let's say you see Imam Ali alayhi salam, you see Sayyid al-Shuhada, you hug him, you shake him. Talha and Zubair, Abu Bakr and Umar, Usman, Muawiyah, I mean not Muawiyah maybe, some other ones. Lots of people. How many times they shook hand with Amir al-Mu'mineen? Lots of time. How many times they hug Amir al-Mu'mineen? Eid Mubarak to Mawla Ali, Ya Ali, Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak. It did not make you anything. Unless your heart touches the heart of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Your heart touches the heart of Ali ibn Abi Talib. My heart, when touches Sayyid al-Shuhada's heart, when my heart touches Imam Zain al-Abidin's heart, then something will happen here. That is a bridge. That's a true bridge. ضرب الله مثلا للذين كفروا امرأة نوح وامرأة لوط كانتا تحت عبدين. They were under the supervision of Janab Lut and Janab Nuh, but they never changed. So we have to change. We have to bring knowledge in the life. This was the message of Imam Jafar Sadiq Salamu alayhi. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And then Imam says, وَيَأْتُونَ أَوَامِرَهُ. They bring awamir of Quran, orders of Quran in their lives. وَيَجْتَنِبُونَ نَوَاهِيهِ. When Quran says, don't do that, they say, no, I'm not going to do it to my brother. This is ghibat, I'm not going to talk. Sometimes people say, oh, no, I'm saying true. Yes, my brother, you're saying true, but this is ghibat. Don't say that. If you don't say true, that is tuhma, buhtan. That is another haram. If you know true something, don't tell that. Bring Quran in your actions. And stop when Quran says don't do that. يَجْتَنِبُونَ نَوَاهِيهِ وَمَا هُوَ وَاللَّهِ. Then Imam, beautiful word made here. مَا وَاللَّهِ مَا هُوَ وَاللَّهِ بِحِفْظِ آيَاتِهِ وَسَرَدِ حُرُوفِهِ. Some people just memorizing Quran all the day, like don't bring the name. Lots of Qareen, and they recite very nicely, beautiful, and they memorize quarter Quran, half Quran, 20 surahs, 30 surahs. Doesn't matter. You memorize one word or you don't. Imam says, Ma huwa wallahi. Imam swears, qasam. Imam Sadiq salam alayhi says, Ma huwa wallahi bihafdhi ayatihi wa surati hurufihi wa talawati suwarihi. Now, وَدَرْسِ أَعْشَارِهِ وَأَخْمَاسِهِ. Arab people in the old times, they used to make package of ayat, 10 ayat and 5 ayat, and they called it أعشار وأخماس. And that's how they used to memorize. Imam said, reciting in this way, slowly, loudly, nicely, this surah, that surah, ayat, and this word, backward, forward, doesn't matter, nothing. حَفِظُوا حُرُوفَهُ وَأَذَاعُوا حُدُودَهُ. Those people, they memorize Quran, just words of Quran. وَأَذَاعُوا حُدُودَهُ. But they destroy the boundaries of Quran. They kill the son of Rasulullah in Karbala. There are 4,000 hafizin of Quran in the battle of Karbala. 4,000 minimum, according to history. Those men, very careful, my brothers. Very careful. We have to live. Let me give another example right here before I forget. If you are a specialist in some field, and ask your opinion. You're a doctor, let's say, and ask your opinion, right? Who you're going to compare your opinion with? To another doctor, to another book. If I ask you document, he says, no, my document is that book, that doctor. But you never say, because I'm telling you because Haji said this. It doesn't relate to Haji. Even though it's Haji, Haji is a good person. But as a doctor, you never relate your word to another Haji. I'm telling you, believe me, because I'm saying this because my brother in center said this to me. What do you mean? As a doctor, you are going to bring an example from another doctor. Someone is in your level or higher than you. Some institute, some higher education books, some articles, some research, not from commons. No, no, because my auntie said that. What? Lots of things are happening in India and Pakistan. I call this is Amma ki Shariat. Very dangerous thing. Shariat Maman is very dangerous thing. No, there's one Sharia. Shariat of Quran, Rasul and Ahlul Bayt, full stop. As a Shia, if I have to make a decision, I'm going to do this. And I ask you why you are doing this. What would you answer? Because Harvard said that? Because John Hopkins said that? Because that political leader said that? Because that university said that? Or you say, they said something, but that was disapproved by Imam Jafar Sadiq, so I'm not taking it in my life. They said something, but that is according to teachings of Ahlul Bayt. If it's not going to be in paradox with the sayings of Ahlul Bayt, then you accept it. Simple. So basically, your values are from Imam Jafar Sadiq, from Ahlul Bayt. And every other decisions, if it's not in paradox with them, it's good. If that value or that decision is not conflicting with the values of Quran, it's good. If it's conflicting with Quran, because you are a specialist. Shia means a specialist in following Ahlul Bayt. If I follow Ahlul Bayt, that means I am a Shia. That means I'm a Shia. So I'm a specialist in science of Ahlul Bayt, in knowledge. The least is I have I have I have I have a study in Quran, I have a study in Nahjul Balagha, I have a study in Sahifa Sajjadiyah, I have a study in few other small books, at least. If you go deeper, you might become a mujtahid. Go to Lebanon, Iran, Najaf, Karbala, whatever you want. Become a mujtahid. But this is the least. We have to connect ourselves somehow with that. Well, and then Imam said, "Innama hafidhu hurufahu wa adha'u hududahu." These people, they memorize Quran, but they destroyed the hudud boundaries of Quran. And then Imam said, summarized it, Imam. Wa innama huwa tadabburu ayatih. The haqqa tilawatih, the ayat, the first ayah. Imam, someone asked, يرتلون آياتي ويتفهمون معاني. No, I'm sorry. الذين آتيناهم الكتاب يتلونه حق تلاوته. Those who have Quran from Allah, they recite it as it deserves. Then Imam, at the very end of the ayah, Rawayas, Imam says, وَإِنَّمَا هُوَ تَدَبُّرَ آيَاتِهِ. Those who recite Quran what it deserves, those are people of tadabbur. They go deeper. They stop. They use aql. Stop, think. Stop, think. Stop, think. So they go deeper. Well, it's very famous. You have to recite whole Quran, 30, what do you call? 30 juz in Ramadan. No, there's no ayat, there's no hadith. There's nothing like that. It's all Desi culture or maybe the Middle Eastern culture. That's it. But awliya used to recite Quran a lot. At least one Quran or maybe many, many Qurans. 5 Quran, 10 times. But they usually recite Quran with thinking in it. Otherwise, if I don't think and recite, what's the benefit? There's a thawab. There is thawab, but the main thawab. Imam said no. Contemplate in it. That hadith is saying think in it. If you can't recite whole Quran in a month, you finish only 5 surahs. Good to you. You are much better than those who recite whole Quran without understanding it. If you recite one surah in Quran, Just Surah Nur, Surah Hujarat, Surah Maryam, Surah Baqarah, Surah Al Imran, Surah An'am, whatever, what is one surah? But you read all the tafsir, all the meanings. You open this Quran, this surah on you. You absorb the spirit of this surah in you. It is much, much, much better from a person who recites 5 times in Quran without understanding a single word. That's not the goal, according to this hadith Imam Jafar Sadiq Salamullah alayhi says here. And then Imam brought a ayah, beautiful ayah. وَيَقُولُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ إِلَيْكَ مُبَارَكٌ. I have given you, or Prophet Muhammad, I have given you this book, which is Mubarak. لِيُدَبِّرُ آيَاتِهِ. Again. What is the meaning of Mubarak? Go ahead, opinions. Barakah. What means barakah? Blessings. How? Guidance, close. What are the meaning of barakah? What else? What other meaning? Any opinion? I'm sorry? That's a barakah. Little more. Barakah means, let me give an example. This is an iPad, and I use all the time for reading books because in my library is in Iran. So I have all the PDFs here, thousands of PDF. When I'm free, I'm lying down, I'm sitting down, I'm doing everything with this. Barakah means if I can use this device in my life to achieve success, it has barakah. But if I use this iPad for listening music, watching movies, doing idiot things, there's a no barakah in it. Barakah means when you have something and you can utilize it in your favor. Sometimes you buy a beautiful house, big house, but house, no wife there. If there's a no wife there, no children, this house has no barakah. But you have a small home, small house, but there's a healthy wife, couple of kids, you have a very good life, you smile, you love each other, you eat food together. That house has a lot more barakah than that big house. Barakah means when you take out all the juice from it in your favor, not for guna, sin. That is barakah. Barakah means use it for best of you as much as possible. Not in haram way, definitely in halal way. This is barakah. If you go Iran, almost you listen all the time. People say, Khuda bete barakah. Bebarish. When they sell something, I mean, if you go a little older, maybe 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was very common among the shopkeepers. When they sell something to you, they say, have a barakah of this, inshallah. Use this thing, this food, this dress, this TV, I know, this home, this car, whatever you buy. It might be in your service to take you towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you buy a TV for listening music and movies, it's not going to have barakah because this is taking you towards Jahannam. But you buy a TV to watch some good lectures, some nice lectures, to do good things, to be updated with the world, to watch some news, use it in a positive way. That means you have barakat of this thing. Okay, with this explanation, Imam said, Kitabun anzalnahu ilayka mubarak liyudabbiru ayatih. I have given you this book. Make a smoothie of this book and drink it. Don't call me tomorrow, Sheikh Ammar, my wife died, my husband died because they were moving smoothies of Quran. Please, don't do that. Right? Don't do that, please. But make a smoothie of ayat. Make a smoothie of surahs of Quran, chapters of Quran. Just blend it in your life, in your spirit. Bring it in you. Buy tafsir of Quran. Buy a couple of tafsir. Every week, every month, every day, recite some ayat and go in the ravayat of Masumin. How they explain this ayah. There's a beautiful things happen. We have to bring Quran in our life. Imam said, Have barakat of that through doing tadabbur. When you do tadabbur, then you can bring Quran. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
And now, inshallah, from here, I'm going to start my today's lecture. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
We come to hadith of Imam Sadiq Salam alayhi to Abdullah ibn Jundab. Imam said, Yabna Jundab, Qadiman amir al jahl wa qawiya asasahu. Amazing sentence. Amazing sentence. Abdullah ibn Jundab, Qadiman amir al jahl wa qawiya asasahu. Ignorance is ancient and some have solidified its roots. How is it possible? Imam said Jahl is very ancient, old, and there are people they have made its root very strong. How is it possible? Next sentence. وَذَلِكَ لِاتِّخَاذِهِمْ دِينَ اللَّهِ لَعِبًا. Beautiful, subhanallah. Imam says, because they made the religion of God into vain amusements. They use religion only for kebab paratha, sevaiya, Eid, kurta pajama, topi, chashma. I'm sorry saying these things. Only for tasbih. What else? Go ahead. Help me. Kallepache? They're going to center for Kallepache. They have been using the religion only for their own purposes, as just la'ab. They play with the game. Don't play with the game, my brothers and sisters. Deen is something else. Deen goes right here. Deen gives you a perspective, a vision. If we have a vision, there's a tons of Sayyid in this world wearing amama. But look at Sayyid Hassan Nasrullah. There's a tons of Sayyid in dunya. Look Sayyid Khamenei. There's a tons of Sayyid in this dunya. Look Sayyid Khomeini. There's a tons of Sayyid in this dunya. Look Sayyid Khoi. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Putting amama does not make me Khomeini or Sayyid Hassan Nasrullah. No. Unless I bring the spirit of Quran in my spirit, absorb it. Imam said, ignorance is ancient. It's coming from back far. Why? Because some people have made its root strong. It's a big detail. It needs just one sentence, need a lot of lecture on it. They're all shaitani people. They're trying to make the root of religion, jahl, not religion, sorry, jahl, strong. It happened in all the centuries. In all the centuries. And Anbiya, they stood up against it. No to idols, one God. No to fitna, love. No to fasad, respect. No to shirk, faith in one God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ignorance is ancient, and some have solidified its roots because they made the religion of God into vain amusements. Putting all those banners, first banner has to go in the heart. Here. And then next banner in your life. First here, light up this masjid inside your heart. Light up this masjid with the love of Ahlul Bayt. Light up this masjid with the love of Rasulullah. Light up this masjid with the love of Quran and Ahlul Bayt and Quranic sciences. Then light up this premises. And then Imam said, Hatta laqad kana. And this part, very unfortunately, like first of all, at the very first side, this part is for people like me. Then Imam said, Hatta laqad kana al-mutaqarribu minhum ilallah. Even those who appear to be getting closer to God with their knowledge, at the very first, like the scholars, and then others, those who want to come closer to Allah, they actually desire other than God. Hatta laqad kana al-mutaqarribu minhum ilallah bi'ilmihi yuridu siwah. There are a group of people, they show off, they have knowledge of Allah, and they want to guide themselves and others. But in their heart, they have someone say Allah. They're seeking dunya, position, shuhrat, popularity. It's all shaitan. It's all shaitani mission. All shaitani mission. When Sahib al-Zaman said, a time will come upon you, Yati alaykum zamanun, a time will come upon you, you will not have us among you, Ahlul Bayt. Then go to follow those they have deep sight in our sayings in ahadith. فأما الحوادث الواقعة in future فرجعوا فيها إلى رواة أحاديثنا. Then go consult to the mujtahideen and scholars. They have deep sight. They understand sayings of Ahlul Bayt and sayings of wisdoms of Ahlul Bayt. I've been repeating it since the first program, first day. Science of Ahlul Bayt, wisdoms of Ahlul Bayt, wisdoms of Rasulullah, wisdoms of Quran. That's it. Bracket is closed from here to here. Nothing more than that. فأما الحوادث الواقعة فارجعوا فيها إلى رواة. And then hadith continues, very beautiful hadith. If I remember, I'll bring it someday, inshallah, for you. Just remind me, I can show you after this majlis. Imam says, follow the scholars, they go against their luxury life. Subhanallah. Go to the scholars, they go against their worldly desires. مخالفا لهواه سائنا لنفسه. I just memorized some words, I just coming in my mind by the. They protect themselves from holding this dunya and dunya brand and name and shohrat and money and wealth. Don't be like Zuhair, who was very close to become Minna Ahlul Bayt. But behind the scene, he was working with the shayateen. And when he passed away, he left big amount of gold. That was not the sirat of Malik Ashtar and Salman Farsi and Abu Zar and Miqdad. How come you could gather all these wealth and you say you support Ali ibn Abi Talib? His presence, what? His zahir only appearance was like a mu'min. He was something else from inside. حتى لقد المتقرب منهم إلى الله بعلمه يريد سواه. And then Imam said, أولئك هم الظالمون. Those do this, they are true ظالمون. They are truly zalim. First, very first, they have knowledge of Quran, knowledge of Hadith. And if they use this science for their dunya, then what do you expect from others? So they are the أولئك هم الظالمون. The first ظالمين they're doing dhulm on themselves and on others. So preachers, scholars, at the very first step, they have to maintain themselves first. How they eat, how they talk, how they live, how they think, how they sleep, how much they have tolerance, how much they have forbearance. No, simple. If someone disrespect you, once I was in I was in Iran in Qom. I went for a driving license exam and I failed. And there is not like America. They called me like this. Who is this? Ammar Haider? Yes, me. Out. You lost. You failed. Okay, bye bye. I left the room. I came to the road. Before I got the taxi, I was walking around the road. I saw a taxi. I sat in the taxi, got the taxi, but there was a one man sitting in the taxi in the behind seat. He was in the same class with me. So he got the taxi first, and then I got in the taxi. And then he said, I mean, usually in people, nobody thinks like I'm from India because they say Indians are like different colors, so you are Iranian. They think, Hajaga, bekami dars bekhun. Hajaga, study hard. I said, thank you very much. I will, I promise. And then he disrespected me a lot. He said, Hajaga. And I don't want to repeat those words. It's not good because of recording. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He said in a very disrespect mode, couple of sentences to me. I can tell you personally, but not in the member here. Read it, read more, study more. It's not good sitting in home and not reading. I said, okay, okay. And we passed the road almost like 2 miles, and all of a sudden driver stopped, hit the brake, and said, "You idiot! You don't know how to talk with a scholar. You have no manners. Leave my car." If I would have started fighting with him at the very first thing, maybe the driver was with him. Nothing happened. I said, okay, what you're saying is correct. I have to study more. I have to work harder. I'm not sad. Why should I be sad? And then driver at the end was with me. He said, you leave the car out. Simple. If someone disrespects you, this is teaching of Ahlul Bayt. Response them saying that if you are correct, This is Jafar, Imam Jafar Sadiq Salam alayhi. If someone disrespect you, tell him, if you are correct, if you are correct, may Allah forgive me. And if you are not correct, may Allah guide you and me. Full stop. If you are correct, may Allah guide me. Promise to others. This is the word of hadith. Promise to others. They manipulate you. They talk you like they go on your nerve. Control yourself. Move around. Smile. Drink some water. Put some water on your face. But don't yell. Don't fight. Don't disrespect. Don't disrespect. There's a no result, positive result. People of Ahlul Bayt always deal nice. Always deal nice. Always, always, always. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Tomorrow is the Laylatul Qadr. And Imam Ali said, فيها تقسم الأرزاق والآجال وما يكون في السنة. You are going to receive your rizq, your benefits from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So try hard, inshallah. Remember each other in this center. Especially those who are doing a lot of efforts to run this center. Brother Jafari and all other brothers sitting, and all of you, you're running this center. All sisters. Not only the center, all people, all centers in America, all masajid, in this land where they always go against the religion, you're trying to hold the flag of religion. So do dua for each other. As much as you can, as much as you can, as much as you can. When you do dua for others, then your dua is guaranteed accepted. But when we do dua for ourselves only, no, we are not going to get anything. Not too much. Inshallah, tomorrow we'll discuss a little more about the philosophy of Siyam. What is fasting in real? Just bearing hunger? Or no, when we fast, our eyes should fast, our hands should fast, our thoughts, awliya, they control their thoughts even though. Our thoughts should fast. Our tongue, there's a two things, sukut and samt. It's highly recommended in Som, in the time in the period Som, samt and sukut. Samt, sukut means just silence. Samt, inner silence. Generate a inner silence, samt, with sad mimte. Samt, bring inner silence. Bring deep peace in yourself. While you love Ahlul Bayt, while you love Quran and Rasulullah. That was the message of Ahlul Bayt. Ahlul Bayt wanted to guide us with a lot of peace, with a lot of love. But people, they were behind their dunya. They were just looking for their benefits. Why people left Amir al-Mu'minin all alone by himself? Imam said, right after he got the hukum, I said, no. Baytul Mal will go to everybody equally. Oh, how could you do that? Abu Bakr was giving me this amount. I'm from this Qabila, I'm from this family, and I'm like from Lucknow, and I'm from Karachi, and I'm from Delhi, and I'm from Lahore. How could you do that to me? I'm from this family. That's how you're going to do disrespect to me? Mom said, no, no. No Arab, no Ajam. These people, we have lots of hadiths. In the time of Amir al-Mu'minin, only Salman al-Farsi was not there. There was a lot of Iranians around Amir al-Mu'minin. And they used to taunt Amir al-Mu'minin, tease Amir al-Mu'minin. Ya Ali, you become Ajam, you become Irani. I said, no, they are different people. You are different people. You become Ajam. No, I will distribute Baytul Mal, taxes, equally. Doesn't matter you're Arab or you're Ajam, from this Qabila or that tribe or that group. No, doesn't matter. Who killed Amir al-Mu'minin? Adalat of Ali. And that should be the same thing, same cause for our death, inshallah. This adala. We have to bring adalat of Ali Amir al-Mu'minin salamul alayh in our lives. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
That was the message of Amir al-Mu'minin. That was the message of Sayyid Az-Zahra. That was the message of Sayyid al-Shuhada. What was the message of Sayyid al-Shuhada? Inshallah, if I had time, one day I will explain what was going on in the time of Sayyid al-Shuhada. In the time of Sayyid al-Shuhada, there was one of the topmost prostitute was going for Hajj, and the whole city went behind her to say goodbye. This lady is going for Hajj. That's how they changed the religion. And lots of other things were happening at that time. See, don't just say, oh, this is not the religion of my father. I'm going to bring back my grandfather's religion. That's why Amir al-Mu'minin became Shaheed in Masjid al-Kufa. When Amir al-Mu'minin became Shaheed, he got wounded with the poisonized sword. Nobody can stand for it except a man like Ali ibn Abi Talib. Except a man like Ali ibn Abi Talib. In that situation, when he was coming home, he said to his children, don't take me like this to home. Let me walk on my own legs. When my daughters see me, how they are going to think. Imam Ali came to home. Daughters were crying. Janab Umm Kulthum, Janab Zainab, Imam Hassan, Sayyid al-Shuhada. They were all crying. They started cleaning the face of Amir al-Mu'minin from blood. There's a lot of blood coming out. His face was turning slowly yellow. They called the doctor. The most qualified doctor came in and he said, after searching Amir al-Mu'minin, he said, Ya Ali, start wasiyah. You are not going to make it. The first person fainted according to hadith of some Qatil, it was Janab Umm Kulthum. She used to love Amir al-Mu'minin a lot. And Janab Zainab started crying. Who killed Amir al-Mu'minin? His justice. Who killed Amir al-Mu'minin? His love to orphans, not his love to the elite group, his love to orphans, his love to needy ones, his love to all human beings, his love to equality and musawat. That was the reason of Amir al-Mu'minin. Imam Hassan, Imam Hassan, they were holding the hands of Amir al-Mu'minin and trying to listen what Amir al-Mu'minin was saying very slowly. Doctor said, Ya Ali, please go ahead. Explain your wasiyah. Ya Ali, you did your wasiyah. You said your will. Imam Hassan there, Imam Hussein is there, Zainab is there, Kulthum. You could say it. But what happened in Karbala when Imam Hussein was leaving for the battle of Karbala and came to see Janab Zainab salam alayhi? He said his will to only Janab Zainab. She was all alone by herself. Ya Ali, they could hear you very well. In the middle of that, Amir al-Mu'minin said, only I want to see for a few minutes the children of Fatima Zahra and everybody leave me for a few minutes. Everybody was out and then Imam Ali opened his eyes and started searching where is Abbas. Imam Hassan said, Baba, you told all the children of Fatima Zahra can stay here. He said, no, bring Abbas. He's also son of Fatima Zahra. They went out. رفتن بیرون گفتن که عباس بیا. گفت من که فرزند زهرا نیستم. گفتن نه علی فرموده که تو هم بابا گفتن که تو هم فاطمه فرزند فاطمه هستی بیا تو دست عباس رو گذاشتن دست حسین ابن علی گفتن عباس مواظب حسین ما باش حسین عباس با توه Imam Ali put the hands of Abbas into the hand of Imam Hussein and said, oh Abbas, be very careful of Hussein. Oh Hussein, Abbas is with you. I have asked Abbas from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just for you. I wish he could fight for you. Ya Abul Fazil, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. Asbaq ibn Ubata was sitting outside. He came in and he was crying, I'm going to leave you. Who's going to be my master after you? Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen. And he was holding the leg of Amir al-Mu'mineen, crying hard. I will say, oh Asbaq ibn Ubata, don't worry. After Amir al-Mu'mineen, there's Imam Hassan, there's Imam Hussein. But go in Karbala when Janab Zainab was traveling from Karbala towards the Sham and Kufa. Nobody is going to help them. Nobody is going to have them. Nobody is going to help them from the troubles, from the problems. इमाम अली का जनाजा रात में निकला है रात की तन्हाइयों में मौला को ले जाके बियाबान में दफन किया गया है कुछ लोग जनाजे में थे कुछ लोग कम से कम मौला मेरे आपका जनाजा उठाने के लिए हसन तो थे हुसैन तो थे जनाजे के ऊपर बैठकर रोने के लिए बेटियां तो मौजूद थी कम से कम लेकिन जब लुटा हुआ कारवान करबला से निकलता है कूफा और शाम की तरफ शहजादियां ऊंट की पीठ पे बैठी थी जनाब ज़ैनब वहां से रो रही थी कि भाई ये काश मेरी तवान मेरे बस में होता मैं तुम्हें कफन दे सकती लेकिन मैं कैद में हूँ मैं तुम्हें कफन नहीं दे सकती किस कदर सख्त है ये लम्हा मौलाए जनाब सईद और शहदा और जनाब ज़ैनब के लिए सख्त मराहिल थे या अली when you Imam Hassan Imam Hussein buried Imam Ali they were coming back to the home. They listened, an old blind man sitting in the meadows and crying. They asked, "What happened to you, brother? Why are you crying?" He said, "There was a man who used to come and feed me every day. Couple of days he didn't come. He didn't show up." They asked, Did you ask his name?" He said, "Each time I asked his name, he said, 'My name is Abdullah. I am the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.'" Imam Hassan asked him, "Give me more information about him. I want to know who was he." He said, "The only information I can give you, when he used to do here dua in munajat, Mawlaya ya Mawlai, the whole meadow recite this dua with him." And then Imam Ali started crying. "He was my father. He was my father. He was my father. Ali ibn Abi Talib. Don't worry. I am here. Ya Imam Ali. You passed away. After you, there was Imam Hassan who was going to take care of the orphans. But when Imam Hussein became Shaheed in the battle of Karbala, their body remained for a couple of days in the land of Karbala. There was no one to bury them. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. رزا بقضائه تسليما لأمره سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. Parvardigar tujhe wasta hai Muhammad. Oh Allah, please give us tawfiq to follow the path of awliya. Oh Allah, please give us tawfiq to follow the path of Nahjul Balagha. Oh Allah, please give us tawfiq to follow the path of Rasul and Quran. Oh Allah, give us tawfiq to follow the true path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He wants from us. And before we die, we become people of success, inshallah. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. حیدر مولا یا حیدر مولا. کوفے میں جو ایک غم کی فضا چھائی ہوئی ہے، کوفے میں جو ایک غم کی فضا چھائی ہوئی ہے، اب ہے در کرار کی رخصت کی گھڑی ہے، اب ہے در کرار کی رخصت کی گھڑی ہے. کیا زینب و کلثوم کو سمجھائے گا کوئی؟ کیا زینب و کلثوم کو سمجھائے گا کوئی؟ کھاتی ہے پچھاڑے کہ قیامت کی گھڑی ہے، اب ہے در کرار کی رخصت کی گھڑی. کیا درد کی شدت ہے کہ سنبھلا نہیں جاتا، کیا درد کی شدت ہے کہ سنبھلا نہیں جاتا. مولا کے تڑپنے سے فضا کانپ رہی ہے، اب ہے در کرار کی رخصت. رو رو کے بیاں کرتی ہے یہ ثانی زہرا، رو رو کے بیاں کرتی ہے یہ ثانی زہرا. نانا میرے بابا پہ قیامت کی گھڑی ہے، اب ہے در کرار کی رخصت کی گھڑی. حسنین ہے بے حال تو کل سوم ہے گریا، حسنین ہے بے حال تو کل سوم ہے گریا، ابا سے علمدار کو ہچکی سی لگی ہے، اب ہے در کرار کی رخصت کی گھڑی، روزے پہ بلا لیجیے اب اپنے علی کو، روزے پہ بلا لیجیے اب اپنے علی کو، مولا اسے اب صبح ہو مسافر یہی ہے، اب ہے در کرار کی رخصت کی گھڑی ہے، یا حسین
چلنے سے جو لاچار تھا، اور شام کا بازار تھا، اور شام کا بازار تھا، اور مصطفیٰ کی بیٹیاں مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین، مولا حق امام یا حسن یا حسین، یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین۔
السلام علیکم یا ابا عبداللہ، السلام علیکم ابن رسول اللہ، السلام علیکم ابن امیر المؤمنین وابن سید الوسیین، السلام علیکم ابن فاطمۃ الزہرا سیدۃ نساء العالمین، السلام علیکم سائر شہداء کربلا، خصوصاً سیدی مولا یا ابو الفضل العباس یا ابن امیر المؤمنین، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ، السلام علیکم یا غریب الغرباء، السلام علیکم یا معین الضعفاء والفقراء، السلام علیکم یا سلطان یا ابا الحسن یا علی ابن موسیٰ اور رضا، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ، السلام علیکم یا صاحب العصر والزمان، السلام علیکم یا شریک القرآن، السلام علیکم یا امام الانس والجان، عجل اللہ تعالی فرجک وسعل اللہ تعالی مخرجک وظہورک، السلام علیکم وعلی آبائک الطیبین الطاہرین، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ۔